Welcome back. Thank you so much for your support on my channel. In this video, we're making a cushion cover for a box cushion, and we're making it without a zipper. We will be using the envelope style. I have my panel here. What I will do now is figure out where I want to cut the panel so I can get to start stitching the cover. The cushion I have here has a pattern on the front, and so I want the pattern on this one to be on the front also. So what I'm going to do is fold the fabric where the pattern is. So this is going to be the front, just like this is the front. The next thing I'll do is get my cushion that I'm making the cover for, and then I'm going to measure midpoint from here, midpoint here in the front, and that's going to be 26 inches. Therefore, I will measure 26 inches from the bottom here, plus 2 more inches for the double fold, because I have to do a double hem. So that's going to be 28 inches. So my 28 inches fall just on this line here. And so I don't even have to pin. I will go ahead and I will cut across here. Okay, for the back of the panel, we will have to consider the overlap. I already know that from midpoint at the back to midpoint at the front, I have 26 inches. Plus, I'll have to add 6 inches for the overlap. So that will be 32 inches. Plus, I'll have to add 2 inches for the double fold hem. So that will be 34 inches. So I'll have to cut 34 inches long. So this is my 34. I'll go ahead and I won't pin, I'll just use my tailor's chalk and I'll put a mark here. And I'll do the same over here. "34 inches. Then I'll just get my yardstick and I'll draw a line across, and that will be my cutting line. The next thing I'll do is press down my double hem here and here. So I'll have a 1-inch double hem. I'll go ahead and I'll measure 2 inches. It's 2 inches. Now I'll go ahead and I'll fold back to this line to get my 1-inch double hem. So this is my 1-inch double hem fold. I'll go ahead and I'll put some pins in so the fabric does not shift on me, because I've already lined it up how I want it to be stitched. Now this is the right side of the fabric, so I'll have to go ahead and turn it over to get the 1-inch double hem on this side. Got my little gadget here. So 2 inches. Okay. Now we will go ahead and flat stitch the double hems. Okay, friends, I am going to have to tell you what I just did, because I thought the camera was on and the camera was off. So I went ahead and I put the overlap on, and I stitched the 2 sides without the camera being on. So this is what I was saying to you. The rule of thumb is when you're doing an overlap, whatever you put on top before you stitch is going to end up on the bottom, and whatever you put on the bottom will end up on top when you do your overlap. So for example, if you have a piece of fabric like this and you're making a pillow cover, envelope pillow cover, if you put the flap or the overlap on top, when you're done stitching and turn your pillow onto the right side, your overlap is going to be under the bottom. If you want your overlap to be on top, you have to put it under the bottom. And that is what I did with this pillow cover. So when I'm done stitching, like now, I will show you. I turn it out, and my overlap is on top, because when I was putting the pieces together, I put my overlap under the bottom so it ends up on top. I hope you get the gist of what I'm saying here. I am so sorry that I didn't realize that the camera was off when I was doing all of that. The next step is going to be to transform this basic cushion cover into a box cushion. What do? We go ahead and measure across the cushion to find out the width of the cushion or the depth of the cushion, and here it is 4 inches. Use your iron, just press the bottom here, press a seam, and the reason why I press a seam is because to get the corners, I will then open up each corner. I will line up the stitched seam on the side here with the seam that I ironed in at the front. Line it up as best as you can on top of each other. And then I'll go ahead and put a pin in. I'll put this down on the table, making sure that the side seam and the front seam are lined up. Yeah. And then I'll get my measuring tape and measure my 4 inches across. And the way to know that you are just about square is when the 2 inches falls right on the seam that you press in the middle at the front. And then I'll go ahead and I'll use my tailor's chalk to draw my stitching line. I'll put a pin in. Then I'll do the same thing to the other 3 corners. Okay, as I said, you can cut these ears off. I'm not going to cut them off right now. I may cut them off later, but I'm just going to let them stay now. I cut them off that one. It's not a big deal for me right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this cover onto this pillow. Now, let's get it in, get it in, get it in. That's it, friends. So this is where it overlaps. Well, it is done. Thank you so much for spending the time with me to watch the video tutorial. Please let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for your support on my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please don't leave without subscribing, and also remember to hit that bell notification icon so you will be the first to be notified of the video lessons that will help you with all things home. Those of you who have already subscribed, thank you. If you have not yet subscribed, thank you for hitting that subscription button right now. I'll see you in the next video. And did I mention share, guys? Thumbs up.